Welcome everybody. Today we're taking a look at the latest 4K release from Arrow Video, and that is Tenebre. Now this is the 5th Dario Argento film to be given the 4K treatment from Arrow Video, and one of many others that have gotten the 4K treatment over the last couple of years or so. So yeah, Tenebre was released in 1982, directed by Dario Argento, of course, who's done several great films that we've talked about already. It clocks in at 101 minutes long and stars Antoni Franciosa. I'm probably saying his name wrong. But yeah, he was in Across 110th Street, Death Wish 2 and Rio Contras. Also stars John Saxon, who was in 3 of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. The first one, the third one and the 7th, called New Nightmare. As well as From Dusk Till Dawn, Black Christmas, Enter the Dragon, alongside Bruce Lee. As well as The Girl Who Knew Too Much, which is arguably one of the first Giallo films, and Joe Kidd alongside Clint Eastwood. And it also stars Daria Nicolodi, who was in 6 other Argento efforts, as well as a really rather fantastic Shock, which I do highly recommend, which our video has also given a release before. And yeah, this is about an American writer in Rome who is stalked by a serial killer bent on harassing him while killing all people associated with his work on his latest book, which is also called Tenebre. So yeah, this is another superb Giallo film from Dario Argento. It's a return to the Giallo films after he took a little bit of a break after Suspiria and Inferno. And yeah, it's got a really good plot that's engrossing throughout. It's got solid tension, superb kills, excellent practical effects, another incredible score from the core members of the band Goblin, which again Argento worked with on previous films. It's got solid pacing, a great 3-lead cast, plus well done for cinematography to make for a highly engrossing and entertaining film throughout. So yeah, and as per usual, when it comes to Argento's 4K releases, obviously Arrow Video have been a bit hit or miss on their other releases, but as far as Dario Argento ones go, it looks fantastic. I've only seen the first few minutes, granted, but it definitely looks better than it does normally. So yeah, you get 3 discs with this version. You get the standard 101-minute version, you get the 90-minute Unsane version, which is the American cut, and then you get the standard Blu-ray. So yeah, there's the 4K for the standard film, 4K for the Unsane version, and then the Blu-ray there. So yeah, all very good on that regard. And then we also get several art cards, all of which have the artwork of the film on the back. Minor spoilers for these, by the way, in terms of some certain scenes. I just say that because I'm guaranteed that not everyone has seen this, given it's a, you know, even though it's a 40-year-old film, you know, not everyone's seen the classics. And yeah, so a different variety of ones. Some are a single shot, some are a couple of shots in the same scene that are being presented, which is fine by me. And finally, yeah, so this is a properly gory film. No surprise at all that it's rated 18. And yeah, you also get a really rather nice booklet, which as you can see has got good artwork there with the axe and one of the characters in the background. So yeah, you've got a few write-ups in this. You've got the usual cast and crew, and then you've got the An Appreciation of Tenebre by Peter Strickland, Giallo Perfection by Alan Jones, Lights, Camera, Human Perversion by Ashley Lane, and then Luciano Tovoli, interviewed by Daniel Bird. Luciano there is a cinematographer, and he does a superb effort on this. And then you've got about the restoration itself, with some shots from the film included as well. So yeah, the restoration itself is presented in its original aspect ratio, with Italian and English mono sound. You've got the original 35mm camera negative elements that were scanned and restored in 4K resolution in Bologna of all places, and then the film was conformed and graded in 4K HDR Dolby Vision at Silverstone Restoration in London. And yeah, pretty much the same again for the Unsane version as well, which again is not a version I've seen. It is 11 minutes shorter than the standard version, so but that doesn't necessarily mean that they've only cut out 11 minutes. Sometimes they do actually put in extra footage, so they could have cut out even more and then added in extra parts. So yeah, and again, got shots from the film, and yeah, I'm looking forward to reading up on everything. There's one of the actresses in it as well. So yeah, really looking forward to reading through all of that. especially the interview with the cinematographer, because I'm always interested to see what, you know, the decisions behind how a film was filmed. And then, as per usual, you get a really nice poster, double-sided one, this one. So you get the artwork that I've shown off on the box art, which again is really rather nicely done with the credits on the bottom. But then, crucially, you get the Japanese version as well, and it was called, what was it called? It was called Shadow in Japan, as you can see there, Shadow, there. So then you got the credits in English, and then you got the credits in Japanese as well, and then you've got the really nice green title there, which is all really rather nicely done. They did the same like this with the Phenomena release as well, which I really rather enjoyed. So yeah, and on top of that, there's a whole host of extras on the discs themselves. You've got audio commentaries, you've got a what else have you got? You've got a feature-length documentary charting the genre of the Giallo genre from its beginnings to its influence on the modern slasher film, which again is really nice. I always love a documentary. And then you got a newly edited archival interview with actor John Steiner. You got Out of the Shadows, an archival interview with Maitland McDonough. You got Voices of the Unsane, an archival featurette containing interviews with writer-director Dario Argento, actress Dario Nicolodi and Eva Robbins, cinematographer Lucio Tovoli, composer Claudia Semonte, and assistant director Lamberto Bava. Lamberto Bava also worked with Daria in on Shock, which I mentioned earlier when going through her credits. And yeah, you got Screaming Queen, an archival interview with Daria Nicolodi again. The Unsane World of Tenebre, an archival interview with Dario Argento. So yeah, you got lots of interviews. You got a composition for Carnage, an archival interview with Claudio Semente. He did the score, by the way. And yeah, archival introduction by Dario Nicolodi. Got the international theatrical trailer. You got the Japanese Shadow theatrical trailer. So not only do you have the poster, but you also have the trailer to go with it. You got alternate opening credit sequence, unsane end credit sequence, and image galleries as well. So yeah, and you've also got the on the Blu-ray version, you've got the original Take Me Tonight stereo EP recording that was performed by Kim Wilde, because she actually did a song for this, despite only, you know, coming onto the music scene a year earlier with Kids in America. She did a song for this film. So yeah, and on top of all that, you also get the nice hard box to go with the other 4 Dario Argento efforts that have been released. So yeah, and I like the kind of VHS style with the white border on it and everything like that. So yeah, there's nothing on the back, which is a little bit of a shame. I would have liked something on the back at least, but still, I like the VHS style. And yeah, like I said, the 4K restoration looked fantastic, even on the few minutes that I've seen. And yeah, all of the physical extras and the extras on the disc all look fantastic as well. So yeah, top marks from our video again in terms of these Argento releases. Now, granted, there aren't that many other Argento films that I'm particularly interested in having on 4K. There's still 4 Flies on Grey Velvet that they could release, but I'm not a massive fan of that film. And then there's Inferno, again, I'm not a massive fan of that film. I would like Opera, because I think that's just as good as The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, but that's the only other film that I feel like I would enjoy on 4K from Argento, to be honest, out of the ones that I have seen. So yeah, but still, fantastic release, and again, it's one that I've been really looking forward to, and yeah, can't wait to watch it again, and hopefully I'll get around to the Unsane version as well. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.